More than 3 years after the Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered his armed forces into Ukraine, the war there continues to rage. And for thousands of children, life in Ukraine has changed in unimaginable ways. The Ukrainian government estimates that over 19,000 Ukrainian children have been abducted or forcibly transferred to Russia since the conflict began. Russia denies this and says vulnerable children were only moved from conflict zones to protect their safety. But some Ukrainian young people returning home from Russia have described their experiences as part of a new documentary, like being put into camps, forced to do military training, or even locked up in detention centres.
The camp was like a cage. We were not allowed to leave the grounds of the camp. They installed a lot of surveillance cameras because children kept trying to escape. However, we could not go far because all our documents had been confiscated right away.
I was 12 years old at the start of the full-scale war. We were sent to Lipetsk in Russia. When we first arrived, I was still in 7th grade. At first, they told us Ukraine had attacked itself to make Russia look bad in the news. I was very patriotic, and it was hard for me to accept all these lies we heard in Russia about the war in Ukraine. All the time I missed my mother very much.
A brand new report released by a group of charities, including War Child, has shed new light on what is happening to children who have been taken by Russia. They have also spoken to young Ukrainians who have been systematically subjected to something called indoctrination, which is when someone is forced to accept certain beliefs and all other ideas are banned.
We had to sing the Russian anthem every Monday. When I didn't want to sing, they told me to. The hardest part of leaving Russia was taking my little brother with me. They'd been brainwashing my little brother too, telling him there were Nazis in Ukraine who wanted to kill him, that no one there cared about him.
War Child's campaign called Return Every Child is shining a spotlight on the stories of those children taken by Russia. More than 19,000 paper dolls were recently displayed in central London, each one representing a child known to have been taken. Supporters of the cause gathered together to speak out about the issue, including Vlad, who was one of the lucky ones to safely be returned to his family after being captured by Russia.
After 7th of July, I was getting freedom and I was in Ukraine. It's very difficult to update your brain that you're not in prison, you're not anymore in dangers, and you can fluently speak, you can go to streets, you can use your phone, and you can do everything what you want.
Luckily, some young people like Vlad have been safely returned home, but thousands are still unaccounted for.
Things that people can do to help, whether they're members of the public or whether it's world leaders, is to first and foremost say these children are not forgotten. We have remembered that they are there. They are children. They are daughters, sons, brothers and sisters, and we need to protect them.
There needs to be more focus on what's happening to these children. We need to put pressure in terms of the international community to make sure that this issue is top of the agenda in any peace negotiations.
When each politician in former Soviet Union will think about and put themselves as the parents in a position when the kids are disappearing, I think that will change the perspective and maybe they will wake up.
I would like to tell all the children in the world not to give up, because we have paths where we don't know when the end will come, we don't know what the future will bring. But we must not give up, and we must keep going and be strong.